What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to the Liverpool-Brentford post-match analysis and reaction video. And what an absolutely brilliant performance and result for Liverpool. We beat Brentford 3-0 very convincingly, and Brentford are a rock solid team. They have won 3 games in a row and they have beaten Chelsea and Aston Villa recently, so they are a very good side. So for Liverpool to put them away 3-0, and we had 2 goals disallowed as well, is really impressive and just exactly the kind of confidence booster that Liverpool needed. And Liverpool started the game really well. Darwin Núñez scored 2 brilliant goals. It's a shame that both goals were offside. The first it was his big toe which was offside, so it was just a few inches, and he side foots it into the bottom corner, in off the post. It's a shame that Darwin Núñez's finishing wasn't like this against Luton, because then we would have won that game as well. And then Darwin Núñez scores a brilliant bicycle kick, but he was a good 2 yards offside in that instance. So Liverpool were feeling hard done by because of these 2 correct offside decisions ultimately. And let me know in the comments below who was your man of the match, and where will Liverpool finish in the title race and in the Premier League at the end of the season. Leave your predictions down below, because as I record this video, the Chelsea-Man City game is about to be kicked off, and I hope that Chelsea take points off Man City, because that would favor Liverpool. Liverpool are joint second ahead of Tottenham by 1 point, and also level on points with Arsenal, but we have a better goal difference. And at the moment Man City are also on 27 points, but I expect them to get at least a draw or maybe even a win against Chelsea, but I hope I'm wrong. And then Mo Salah scores a brilliant goal after a fantastic high counter-pressing Liverpool side. This is what Jurgen Klopp was complaining about, that against Luton and especially against Toulouse, there wasn't enough intensity. When the high pressing is not there, Liverpool have a problem, because that's what our whole game plan is about, to press high with great intensity, with great enthusiasm, to win the ball back in the opposition's half, and then you are much closer to the goal. With a couple of passes, Liverpool score. After Matip high presses the Brentford midfielder, he wins the ball back, he slips in Darwin Núñez on the edge of the box, he sees Mo Salah, brilliant assist behind the defense, and Salah is through on goal. He was well onside, and then a trademark left-footed curling finish into the far corner, ruthless finishing by Mo Salah. So it was 1-0, but we have to mention Alisson, who again proved that he's the best goalkeeper in the world, because he made 2 or 3 world-class saves. Because make no mistake, Brentford should have scored at least 2 goals. They had so many great chances, actually 2 big chances according to the stats, and a lot of others. Brentford only had 1 less shot than Liverpool. Of course, they weren't as effective with their shooting, because Liverpool had 10 shots on target from 17 shots. Brentford had 16 shots, but only 3 shots on target. But still, Mbeumo was clean through on goal. Alisson saves that. And in the second half, Alisson made a couple of really big saves. And without Alisson, Liverpool would be in serious trouble. And then in the second half, Mo Salah scores the second goal. But we have to talk about Tsimikas, who came in for heavy criticism against Toulouse, where he lost the ball, and Toulouse's opening goal came because of Tsimikas' big error. And then he was substituted at halftime. This was a much better performance by Tsimikas, and actually his assists per minute ratio, Tsimikas, is very impressive. It's like the best in the Liverpool team. And he races to the byline to a through ball, and he just about on the line crosses the ball, but he had to slide in to cross the ball. And to cross the ball with a sliding attempt perfectly or almost perfectly into the danger area is really impressive. And then Mo Salah with a header into the near post bottom corner, the goalkeeper couldn't save it, and at that point Liverpool were much more comfortable. Even though Brentford still kept creating chances, Liverpool were passing the ball around, and then it was all about Virgil van Dijk. He's back to his best this season. Of course, this is not the prime peak Van Dijk, which he was the best centre back in the world. He's just very, very, very good. World class still, but maybe not the best centre-back in the world. Let me know, who do you consider the best centre-back right now in the world? Let me know in the comments below. But Virgil van Dijk is definitely up there in the top 5. And he's making a really, really awesome season so far. Look even better for him. I mean, last season, I remember Mbeumo beating Van Dijk for pace in the Brentford-Liverpool game where Brentford beat Liverpool 3-2, but they could have won by more because they scored actually 5 goals. 2 of those Brentford goals were disallowed. But that was the first game where I seriously was worried about Van Dijk. Is he past his best? Will he ever get back to his best after his really long injury caused by the bastard Jordan Pickford, who didn't even get a red card for that? But this season answers those questions. Virgil van Dijk is back to his best, and he saved so many goals for Liverpool overall and in this game as well. And then the third goal is just the peak of the bunch. It's a peach of a goal by Diogo Jota, who picks the ball up after a Tsimikas pass, and he has the whole West Ham defense in front of him. But he shimmies, body feints, cuts in on his right foot and curls in an absolute thunder strike into the far corner. What an absolutely brilliant goal by Diogo Jota. And he's just not a very spectacular, silky flair player, but he's ruthlessly effective. Very, very effective. Diogo Jota's goals per game ratio, goals per minutes ratio is up there with Darwin Núñez and Mo Salah in this team. And then, of course, Brentford had some chances. They really throw everything at Liverpool, but thankfully we kept the clean sheet. And also there was a debut for James McConnell, who is a 19-year-old midfielder. He came on to make his debut, and Luis Diaz, Harvey Elliott came on. They played pretty well. Harvey Elliott had a good shot, and Gerard Kwanzaa actually came on as a right back instead of Trent Alexander-Arnold to give Trent a little bit of a rest. And overall, this was just a very, very convincing Liverpool win. And Brentford are a rock solid side, so to win by 3-0 maybe a little bit flatters Liverpool, but ultimately it was deserved, and it's very, very important because this stops the rot, this stops the slide. Because after the Luton and Toulouse game, a lot of people were worried about Liverpool. My main worry is still Liverpool's away form. Even though if the referees did their jobs correctly, then we would have won the Tottenham game, we would have won the Brighton game, and we would have had 5 more points. Imagine sitting 5 points clear at the top at this stage. Then the pressure would be still really on Man City to win against Chelsea. But still, Liverpool away from home, have been a little bit up and down. But because of the referees, we lost to Tottenham because of the referees, and we drew to Brighton because of the referees. Because against Brighton, Gross should have had a red card for pulling down Szoboszlai, and the Tottenham game, I don't even need to talk about it, it's pretty obvious. And after that, Liverpool still won against Bournemouth, but then we drew to Luton, we lost to Toulouse. So the Man City-Liverpool game is the biggest test of the season after the international break. And it's a lunchtime kickoff again. So I hope that the South American players can come back early so they can, at least some of them can start. Liverpool had a lot of injury problems for this game. So to win 3-0 when, apart from Luis Diaz, no outfield player was older than 20 years old on Liverpool's bench is really remarkable that we won this game 3-0. Because Liverpool had pretty much no bench. We had Harvey Elliott, Luis Diaz and Kelleher as our 3 experienced players, and Harvey Elliott is 20 years old. So the others were absolutely youngsters, rookies. So Liverpool play Man City, that could decide the title. I'm not even exaggerating. If Liverpool could beat Man City, that would be absolutely huge. And imagine if Man City drop points against Chelsea and then we beat them. But it's the other way around as well. If Man City beat Chelsea and then beat Liverpool, then the gaps could suddenly be 6 points in favor of Man City. But if we beat Man City, we could even be ahead of them in the title race, and that would be very significant, because after that Liverpool have some winnable games coming up. We play Lask in the Europa League. If we win that, we qualify to the knockout stages. But the next Premier League games: Fulham at home, Sheffield United away, 2 winnable games, then Crystal Palace away, always a tough one. And after that, it's the big three of Man United, then West Ham quarter-final in the League Cup, and Arsenal at home. And those are coming just before Christmas. So Man United and Arsenal, 2 home games. I really hope and expect Liverpool to win both games. And then we play Newcastle on January the 1st. What a way to start the new year. And then Bournemouth away. Then we play Chelsea and Arsenal away. So if we sort out our away form, and our next 3 away games are Man City, Sheffield United and Crystal Palace, and then Burnley and Bournemouth. So apart from the Man City game, Liverpool really need to win all of the others if we want to win the title. That's my point, that we absolutely have to address our away form, because we play differently a little bit to playing at home. We should dominate as much away from home as we dominate at home. So hopefully Jurgen Klopp can sort it out somehow and work out what works and what doesn't. But Liverpool are really, really impressive so far. Mo Salah has already 10 goals in the league. Darwin Núñez has 4. Diogo Jota has 4 now as well. And Luis Diaz 3. Gakpo only 2. And Mo Salah has the most assists, 4 assists for Salah, 4 for Núñez. So I really, really hope that Liverpool will get something from the Man City game. It's absolutely a must-not-lose game. And let's try and win at the Etihad, which is, of course, the toughest ground to go to even for Liverpool. Let's talk about Endo, who had not the best or the most convincing game. He had some really good passes and some good tackles, but he again was on the verge of getting a red card. There was a challenge which was very late. He overruns the ball and then he slides in, and the VAR referee looked at the replay like 15 times in a row. He really wanted to find an angle to send Endo off, I felt, but I think that wasn't a red card. But Endo has to be more careful. Now this was 2 Premier League games in a row where Endo could have had a red card. So let me know, how do you see Endo's development? I still don't judge him too early, because remember, Robertson and Fabinho took 4 months and 2 weeks, what am I talking about? 4 or 5 months to really get into the groove of playing for Liverpool. Robertson wasn't even playing in the first few months. Fabinho wasn't even playing in the first few months. I think Jurgen Klopp is trying the same with Endo to ease him into things, and hopefully it will work out. There is still a good player in there. He just needs to be a little bit more quick in his thinking and in his movement as well. But hopefully he can improve on that. Let me know, how do you see Endo's Liverpool career so far, Liverpool season so far? But all the other players were very impressive today. Szoboszlai again had a brilliant game, but that's now, I mean, I don't even feel like I have to mention it, because you guys know it, what a world-class player we have, and he is Hungarian just like me. So I will be rooting for Chelsea in the Chelsea-Man City game. It's the 15th minute as I'm recording this video. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.